Good afternoon and welcome to U News. I'm Emily Donoghue with a roundup of the latest stories making the news across the region today. The world's biggest Primark has opened today in Birmingham. The 160,000 square foot store opened its doors at 10 o'clock this morning to nearly 5,000 shoppers. This Primark is 5,000 square feet bigger than their Manchester branch, which was their previous biggest store, and it includes a Disney-themed cafe, a barber shop and a beauty studio. Its opening has created 500 new jobs, while 430 colleagues will transfer from the existing New Street store. EU leaders have agreed to give the UK a 6-month extension to the Brexit deadline following crunch talks in Brussels. We now go live to our political correspondent Owen Jones for analysis. So Owen, what are the possible implications of this decision?
Thank you, Emily. So early this morning, the President of the European Council, Donald Tusk, announced that the UK is entitled to a Brexit extension until the 31st of October this year. This has several implications. For the Prime Minister, it provides some breathing space, and for people who are concerned about a no-deal Brexit, it also provides some relief. However, the Prime Minister's future remains as uncertain as ever. Brexit Secretary David Davis, former Secretary, said calls for resignation will increase dramatically. We will have to see what happens next. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you, Owen. On the subject of Brexit, Jaguar Land Rover is in the midst of a production shutdown due to fears in the production industry regarding European trading. Our reporter John Hayward has more.
We're now into the 4th day of a week-long production halt for Jaguar Land Rover due to uncertainties over Brexit. Thousands of staff across the Midlands continue to be affected by the shutdown. The company also announced in January it was cutting 4,500 jobs due to a slump in sales. It's believed that many more JLR employees could be out of work should the right Brexit deal not be reached. I'm John Hayward with U News.
Mags Day Centre has issued a public apology following an email that threatened to dismember a Rough Sleepers campaigner. The email was sent in 2017, but after the victim of the threat, Mr Sugg, issued a subject access request to the City Council, it became public knowledge. Mel Ackers, chair of Mags Day Centre, has apologised for the distress caused by the email. She informed him that the person responsible for the emails has been warned about their future conduct and is also apologetic for the incident. Shrub Hill train station has received funding to improve its accessibility. Dylan Cummings has more.
Access to Shrub Hill station will be improved when a new lift is installed. The station has received £500,000 from the Access for All Fund to provide a new lift. The lift will make their platforms accessible to customers who have disabilities. Currently, customers who require lift access to any platforms other than the main one have to be escorted across the tracks by station staff. The funding will provide step-free access to the station, which will help thousands of people with disabilities, making it easier for them to travel on trains independently. MP Robin Walker is delighted that the station has received the funding, and he vows to, quote, continue to campaign for disability rights.
There has been an increasing trend of petrol theft in the area recently. It's estimated that these crimes are costing business owners up to £1,000 a year. West Mercia Police have been working with fuel stations in Shropshire to encourage them to display signs in the forecourt reading "We don't buy crime." Poppy Carson reports.
Almost 100 fuel thefts are being reported to West Mercia Police every month. It has doubled in 6 years. This is leading petrol stations to lose out on hundreds of pounds each year. As people try to chance their luck, people are going into petrol stations, leaving things behind, leaving the owner to believe they intend on coming back to pay, but are never seen again.
Worcestershire's Diamond Bus Company has been named as the worst public transport service in the country. Ryan Smith has more.
A Diamond Standard service, according to their passengers, not by a distance. Diamond Bus Company, who provide public transport services across the county, have been named as Britain's worst by public service surveyor Transport Focus. So how exactly did they rate your local bus journey? Well, just 26% of Diamond Bus users were happy with the overall quality of the service provided. In addition, a country-high 40% said that they routinely had to wait longer than expected for their journeys. Rather more surprisingly, only 19% said that their journeys were value for money. despite bus fares in Redditch being the lowest in the country.
Well, Diamond have responded, saying that the survey was conducted during a time where they were cutting school services in the region.
This may have affected results, but with only 417 people taking part in the survey, we asked local residents for their views.
The buses, in general, in Redditch, are excellent.
I think there's a lot of the bus companies that could do with improving the reliability of the buses.
I have no problems with Diamond. They all seem to be on time for me. And help for drivers, no problem at all with them.
Ryan Smith reporting for U News.
A double celebration will be taking place soon at Stourbridge Junction. They will be celebrating 140 years of the branch line and the 10-year anniversary of the Stourbridge Shuttle. Natasha Amjad reports.
The Stourbridge stations will be hosting a celebration for their branch line that turns 140 this year. They will also be honouring the 10-year anniversary of the Stourbridge Shuttle. I spoke to one of the drivers of the shuttle, Phil Tonks, who explained the plans for the celebrations.
I celebrate that by having a special commemorative book made with all the history of the line in it and all the old trains that used to operate on it, and a special little enamel badge that people can wear and remember the line as it used to be, and hopefully also have a band at the junction playing as the old stations used to have years ago when the lines used to open many years ago.
The shuttle is important to the people of Stourbridge as it helps them travel to and from destinations like Birmingham and Worcester.
And to have that link down here, 3/4 of a mile link from the junction down to the town, is so important for commuters, for shoppers, for leisure travellers, people going to doctors, going to work, etc. And we've had that for 140 years, and we just need to celebrate that and be happy with it.
Phil is hoping to start a Facebook group to get people involved in keeping both stations tidy and environmentally friendly.
And this way we're not polluting Stourbridge at all, and so people can enjoy the clean air in Stourbridge courtesy of the shuttle.
Seven Stars Netball Club has been deducted 3 points for breaching league player import rules. Each franchise is allowed 2 foreign players, but they are not permitted to play in the same third of the court. The Stars have admitted to breaching these rules against Manchester Thunder on February the 9th and have accepted England Netball's punishment. The future of Worcester's Debenhams store is now in major doubt after the company went into administration earlier this week. For more, we cross live to Oliver Ebenezer. Hi Oliver, so is it clear which stores are safe in the West Midlands?
Hi Emily, Debenhams has yet to announce which stores are safe and which ones are going to be closing. However, they have announced that 50 stores will be closed.
So what's the response been from the public, Oliver?
So people are worried about Debenhams in Worcester closing because it has been such a heritage part of the high street, so they're worried that another part of the high street will be going.
Thank you, Oliver. A member of the England football staff is preparing for the London Marathon at the end of this month. With more, here's Aidan Short.
The England football, men's and women's kitman will be running the London Marathon on the 28th of April after originally not getting in. The application of the runner from Telford was denied at first, but thanks to a representative from Nike, he now has a place on the starting line.
I applied to get in the London Marathon through the usual procedure, through the ballot. I didn't get in. I tried through my club and I didn't get in there, and it was just a throwaway conversation with one of the guys from Nike, and he says, I should be able to get you in the London Marathon. I sort of said yes straight away, thinking there's no chance he's going to get me in. And then just before Christmas I had a text message saying, I'm in. So I was like, oh no. So I've just been training for that since. The first couple of months were hard because I kept thinking I'm going to get injured. I felt I had injuries and stuff like that.
And now for the weather. So this afternoon will be dry with further spells of sunshine, although some cloud will develop and drift over from time to time. Tonight will be dry with clear periods through the first part of the night. In the early hours, some patchy cloud is likely to drift in from the east, but some places will remain fairly clear. You're now up to date with the news from around the region. Follow us on Twitter @UNews. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.